Hello everybody, HauntedOne here. I've been thinking for a while. Suppose some of you will know about my shooting gallery, ghost train and laughing sailor videos that I have. It's simply a hobby of mine that I'm honestly a little obsessed about these subjects. So yeah, you can probably see that I am a little obsessed over the haunted house of Alton Towers. No, not that one. Yes, this one. An old Alton Towers classic that has been overhauling Gloomywood since March the 31st, 1992. At this point it seemed that the UK had never had a ghost train ride that had such a massive budget at the time, since funfair-based ones were nothing that special, it seemed. It was a big deal at the time, since Disney and other companies were one of the only ones who were iconic for their dark rides. Its strongest points were the ride's originality and chilling atmosphere that was achieved by the polystyrene surroundings, and the ride's brilliant music achieved by Gray and Smart, along with the most needed, the scares! All created by Rex Studios, Sparks Creative Services, and the one and only John Wardley. And not forgetting Two Swords. Now I have to make a little confession. I never knew that the ride even existed until January 2013. During 2009 and onwards, I was always searching for dark ride stuff, because that's what I like to do in my spare time, and still do now. But I decided to look through Cool Cabbage's Blackpool videos, and then in the selection videos I saw a bleeding hand in a glass thing on the table with Alton Towers within the title. And it said, and I was just like, holy mother of God's name is this? I click on the video, up until the point I suddenly heard a very sinister music that was something I found very unique about it. Something that mixed very well with eerie images from the haunted house of what it had to offer. Yes, it was Cool Cabbage's old haunted house video, and I was just thinking, where was the great music from? I began to type into the search bar on YouTube, and then coming up across a video from the Alton Towers TV channel that was uploaded during 2009, made by HauntedOne by the way, and had revealed everything to me at the first glance to the ride. And there I am, thinking that how the hell did something as loud and as crazy like this ever open in a family-friendly park like Alton Towers? Well, I see it differently now, never suspecting myself to be going on the ride as its current state has Jewel the exact same year. What a coincidence. Thanks, Harline Coaches! Yay. Let's go back in time. As Corkscrew opened in 1980, it became the UK's roller coaster. The UK roller coaster, since nothing like the ride had ever been seen before in the country. It was groundbreaking at the time. After this, many funfair-style rides were having permanent installations within different areas in the park, because of Alton's bigger budget. However, once the year 1990 came about, the Chessington launched their Pressworks Bubble Works. Round then, it was time for Alton Towers to grab some key elements like Transylvania and Chessington. Basically, new professional themed lands were needed. One of the things that probably set Alton Towers up was the news of opening a Euro Disney in Paris, and were nervous that their park's blandness would keep tourists out, whilst they would be clutching onto their money for the new, nearer than ever Disneyland. Ideas would end up leading to the two new theme lands and the two all-new groundbreaking rides ready for the 1992 season. Aqualand was scrapped, and the new family-friendly roller coaster Runaway Mine Train would open and join the river rapids within the new jungle theme called Katanga Canyon. Whilst just next door, once an empty area, it would be used and named Gloomywood as it is today, though it seemed the only one ride was ever necessary for the area. Just one, and I suppose you know what that was. Opening day, March the 31st, 1992. Motormouth hosts Andy Crane and Steve Johnson, who went to Alton Towers for the opening day, revealing some of the ride when the strong ultraviolet was used before repainting it to tungsten shortly after. Philip Schofield would host the opening ceremony of the ride, and John Wardley, would begin to panic after trains would begin to block up, where one train would enter a scene, and then the train behind would pause until the one in front would leave the scene. To solve the last-minute problem, 32 Alton Towers staff had to dress up and sit at the far right seat, where they would have to keep pressing the override button hidden on the right side of the train to keep it going, and it was fixed the next day. Other than that, it was a success, and riders were more than satisfied with the end result. I personally would have loved to have gone on the ride back in the day, would have loved to have gone to Alton Towers back in around 1990 to 1993, and around 1998 to 2002. The Haunted House is a classic theme that was done exceptionally well by Two Swords and John Wardley, but overall it never had to be great, or terrifyingly scary. It needed its cheesiness, the part that made the ride so memorable in the first place. Not everything had to be top-notch to be successful, but with today's dark rides in the UK, they simply do not give any effect anymore like they used to, and it's a real shame. I will be working on another video which goes into a little more detail about what was actually inside the house. I will be viewing my own knowledge and opinions to the ride. I don't want to directly steal HauntedOne's information. I bought his book and it was clear it took him time and effort to put together. Mine is simply a lot briefer than what you'd find in an entire 112-page book. So anyway, make sure you stay tuned, and I hope you like this quick documentary style video that I created. Thanks for watching. HauntedOne out.